Ignoring the pain, she sprinted into the woods as the man shouted behind her. The sound of his footsteps followed, but the darkness of the forest became her ally. She weaved through the trees, her breathing ragged, until she could no longer hear him. Eventually, she stumbled upon a dirt road where a passing car stopped to help. The driver, a concerned woman, called the authorities, and Amani was taken to safety. The man and his luxury car were never found, but the incident served as a grim reminder to everyone in town. No matter how shiny or alluring the car, some rides are better left untaken. He asked, his voice smooth like the leather of his seats. Amani hesitated. The car was immaculate, unlike anything she had seen up close. The man exuded wealth and charm, and for a moment she considered accepting. It was a long walk home, and the air was growing colder by the minute. "I'm fine," she replied, forcing a polite smile and continuing to walk. The car crawled alongside her. "I insist," the man said. "This isn't a safe area at night, and I don't mind helping. It's rare to see someone as brave as you walking alone." Her instinct screamed at her to keep walking, but exhaustion was setting in. Against her better judgment, she stopped and glanced back. "Just to the main road," she said, trying to sound firm. "That's all." The man smiled wider. "Of course, hop in." The interior of the car was just as luxurious as she had imagined: plush leather seats, a faint scent of expensive cologne, and a dashboard glowing with high-tech displays. She buckled her seatbelt as the man pulled away smoothly, but something felt off. The man didn't take the turn toward the main road. Instead, he drove deeper into the quiet, unfamiliar neighborhood. Amani's heart began to race. "This isn't the way to the main road," she said, her voice trembling. The man didn't answer immediately. When he finally spoke, his tone was colder, more calculated. "I thought you might enjoy a shortcut," he said, eyes fixed on the road ahead. She reached for the door handle, but it wouldn't budge. The locks clicked audibly, and she realized the doors were controlled electronically. Panic surged through her veins. "Let me out," she demanded, her voice rising. The man glanced at her, his expression now void of the charm he had shown earlier. "You should have stayed on the sidewalk," he said, his voice eerily calm. Amani's mind raced as the car accelerated, the streets growing darker and more desolate. She scanned the car for anything she could use to defend herself, but everything was out of reach. "Why are you doing this?" she cried. The man's only response was a chilling laugh, low and guttural, as if he found her fear amusing. The car turned down a narrow dirt path surrounded by dense woods. The headlights illuminated the looming trees, their twisted branches casting sinister shadows. Amani tried to stay calm. She spotted the glowing central console and had an idea. With trembling hands, she slammed her palm against the buttons, hoping to unlock the doors or trigger something that would draw attention. The man cursed, momentarily distracted, and the car swerved slightly. In that split second, Amani unbuckled her seatbelt and threw herself toward the passenger side window, kicking it with all her strength. The glass cracked but didn't shatter. She kicked again and again, adrenaline fueling her desperation. Finally, the glass gave way, and she scrambled out, cutting her arms on the shards. She hit the ground hard but didn't stop. Ignoring the pain, she sprinted into the woods as the man shouted behind her. The sound of his footsteps followed, but the darkness of the forest became her ally. She weaved through the trees, her breathing ragged, until she could no longer hear him. Eventually, she stumbled upon a dirt road where a passing car stopped to help. The driver, a concerned woman, called the authorities, and Amani was taken to safety. The man and his luxury car were never found, but the incident served as a grim reminder to everyone in town. No matter how shiny or alluring the car, some rides are better left untaken.